Stephen Colbert's Late Show cancellation, a warning for comedy's future. The cancellation of Stephen Colbert's Late Show serves as a stark warning about the uncertain future of political comedy on mainstream television. On Thursday, Colbert announced that CBS had decided to end his late-night talk show in May 2026, a move that The Hollywood Reporter called a shocker. CBS maintains that this decision to cancel the entire Late Show franchise, which began 33 years ago with David Letterman, was purely financial, driven by challenges in the late-night TV landscape. Despite Colbert's show being the highest-rated late-night program, the broader genre faces difficulties in attracting viewers and generating revenue in the era of social media, where younger audiences prefer different forms of entertainment. However, many believe the cancellation is not solely about finances. Colbert has been a vocal critic of former President Donald Trump, and some viewers and lawmakers suspect that political factors may have influenced the decision. Just days before the announcement, Colbert mocked Paramount, CBS's parent company, for settling a $16 million lawsuit related to the editing of an interview with Vice President Kamala Harris on the program, 60 Minutes. He referred to the settlement as a big fat bribe, suggesting that financial incentives might have swayed CBS's decision. Colbert's criticism of Trump extends far beyond this single incident. Over the years, he has been quick to highlight the threats posed by Trump and the MAGA movement to liberal democracy. This stance has likely made him a target for retaliation from those in power. Indeed, Trump himself praised the cancellation, saying he absolutely loved it and implying that other late-night hosts were next in line. While CBS insists that the cancellation was unrelated to Colbert's content or performance, the timing and context raise questions about the role of politics. Corporate entities have a history of compromising on free speech to protect their interests. In 2018, Netflix faced pressure from Saudi Arabia to remove an episode of Hassan Minhaj's Patriot Act that criticized the country and its crown prince. Such instances demonstrate a pattern where powerful entities use legal and market pressures to silence critical voices. The cancellation of Colbert's show signals potential threats to the future of political comedy on major networks. However, it's important to remember that comedy thrives in diverse environments. Comedians can perform in smaller venues and engage audiences directly. Yet, the shift away from mass media platforms to local settings could limit the reach and impact of their work. The freedom of expression that made late-night TV a powerful force for political commentary may be under threat, reminiscent of the censorship faced by performers like Lenny Bruce in the 1960s. In conclusion, while the future of political comedy remains uncertain, it's crucial to remain vigilant. Will we see a resurgence of bold voices in unexpected places, or will the barriers to free speech grow stronger? Only time will tell. Why did CBS cancel The Late Show with Stephen Colbert? The end of an era explained. Imagine a world where the lights of late-night television are slowly fading away, and one of the most iconic shows, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, is about to take its final bow. This shocking cancellation has left many wondering, what's behind the demise of this beloved program? But here's where it gets interesting. The reasons behind this decision may be more complex than meets the eye. As we delve into the world of late-night television, we'll explore the factors that led to this unexpected turn of events. When CBS first announced that Stephen Colbert would be taking over The Late Show in 2014, the network pulled out all the stops. They gave him complete creative control, revamped the historic Ed Sullivan Theatre, and spared no expense in making the show a success. And succeed it did. After a rocky first year, Colbert found his footing, particularly in the lead-up to the 2016 election, by focusing his opening monologues on politics. The show quickly became the highest-rated talk show in America, a title it has held onto ever since. Fast forward to the present, and it seems that CBS has had a change of heart. In a surprising move, the network announced that the current season of The Late Show, set to air through May 2026, will be its last, and the franchise will be retired entirely. The official statement cited financial reasons, but many are speculating that there may be more to the story. Some point to Colbert's recent criticism of CBS's parent company, Paramount, after it settled a lawsuit with Donald Trump, as a possible motive behind the cancellation. Others argue that the decision is simply a result of the changing landscape of television. As the industry continues to evolve, late-night talk shows have found themselves in a precarious position. With the rise of streaming services, people are no longer flocking to linear television in the same numbers. Instead, they're opting for online content, such as video podcasts and YouTube shows, which offer more flexibility and convenience. The cost of producing these alternative formats is also significantly lower than that of a traditional talk show like The Late Show. This shift in viewer habits has led to a decline in ratings and revenue for many late-night programs. In fact, Puck reported that Colbert's show was losing over $40 million a year for CBS. But despite these challenges, the cancellation of The Late Show still comes as a shock. The show has been a staple of American television for decades, and its brand name is undeniable. Stephen Colbert has proven himself to be a talented and versatile host, capable of conducting deep, empathetic interviews and delivering sharp, witty political commentary. So, what's next for the time slot currently occupied by The Late Show? Will CBS replace it with something new and innovative, or will it simply fill the space with reruns and movies? The answer to this question remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the loss of The Late Show will be deeply felt. As the television landscape continues to change, it's essential to consider the impact of these decisions on the cultural significance of network television. Will the medium continue to dissolve into irrelevance, or can it find a way to adapt and thrive in this new era? The fate of The Late Show serves as a reminder that the world of television is constantly evolving, and it's up to us to decide what we want to see next. But here's the question: are we ready to say goodbye to the traditional late-night talk show, or do we still have a place for it in our hearts? The controversy surrounding the cancellation of The Late Show is sure to spark a heated debate. Do you think the decision was purely financial, or was there more to it? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. CBS cancels The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, hundreds of jobs lost. In a surprising turn of events, New York Governor Kathy Hochul's office has announced that the abrupt cancellation of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert by CBS will result in the loss of hundreds of jobs in the city. This decision comes nearly 10 years after the state invested $16 million to ensure the show's continued presence in New York City. During a live performance at the iconic Ed Sullivan Theater on Broadway, Colbert shared the news of the show's cancellation with the audience on Thursday evening. This segment was subsequently aired to the millions who tune in nightly to watch the show. Colbert, who has been at the helm of the show since 2015, revealed that the final episode is scheduled to air in May. He mentioned that he was only informed about the cancellation the day before, which adds a layer of surprise to the situation. According to Governor Hochul's office, CBS and its parent company, Paramount, did not consult with the state prior to making this significant announcement. Back in 2014, New York State provided CBS with $16 million in tax incentives and grants to retain The Late Show in the city during the transition from its original host, David Letterman, to Colbert. This financial support included $5 million allocated for the restoration of the historic Ed Sullivan Theater, the venue where the show is filmed. A spokesperson for Hochul stated that she is committed to doing everything possible to bolster the film and television industry within the state. The loss of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert signifies more than just the end of a beloved television program, said spokesperson Kristen DeVoe in a conversation with Gothamist. It represents the disappearance of hundreds of well-paying production jobs, a loss of income for numerous vendors, and a detrimental impact on local businesses that depend on the show's daily audience. Senator Adam Schiff, a Democrat from California, who appeared on the show just before its cancellation, criticized any potential political motivations that might have influenced this decision. In the backdrop of this cancellation, Paramount is currently seeking approval from the Trump administration for an $8 billion merger with Skydance Media. Additionally, CBS has recently settled a lawsuit with Trump for $16 million, which claimed that 60 Minutes had deceptively edited an interview with then-presidential candidate Kamala Harris. In a statement, Paramount characterized the cancellation as a purely financial decision, but refrained from providing further comments. Our admiration, affection, and respect for the talents of Stephen Colbert and his remarkable team made this heart-wrenching decision even more challenging, the company expressed. This situation raises important questions about the future of television production in New York and the impact of corporate decisions on local economies. What do you think about the implications of such cancellations? Do you believe that financial decisions should take precedence over the cultural and economic contributions of shows like The Late Show? Share your thoughts in the comments.